So we've got a government shutdown looming tonight. We're recording this on a Tuesday morning. We've already had Trump do his weave, and it sounded like he was a little thrown off by the fact that there was very little response from the generals. They weren't cheering. They were just sitting very quietly, listening, and I think not trying to give anything away.
Let's set the broader scene. They have no idea why they are there. They have been ordered to show up. For what reason? They don't know. So they're sitting there waiting, I suppose, they supposed, for someone to tell them why they are there, which apparently does not happen.
Right. Well, they're there because they're told there's going to be a change in culture. That the reason Pete Hegseth got rid of senior black military officials was because he said that you can't change the culture and keep leaders of the culture there. So he fired them, and that they can't have beards.
Bingo,
indeed. So they should have just sent out a memo. All right. It's possible I'm repeating myself because of the painkillers, and I want to assure people it's not dangerous surgery. It was hip surgery. It's mechanical. It's nothing other than that.
But Donald Trump has built a whole career on repeating himself.
That's true. So maybe I'm doing a medicated weave. So let us talk about, and I don't want to forget Kai Trump's merch during the Ryder Cup, using the White House as a backdrop. And I certainly don't think we've just spent enough time discussing the Mar-a-Lago umbrellas on Jackie Kennedy's now paved over rose garden.
But let's go to the shutdown, because the shutdown will happen at 12 o'clock tonight. And the expectations are that this is going to happen. The Democrats, and let's make no mistake, that it's the Democrats who are going to shut down the government. The Democrats who have scant leverage in the past 8 months of the Trump administration now have the Trump card. They can shut it down. And it appears that they will do that, not least of all because they didn't do that in March when they could have. Chuck Schumer punted, and kind of, I think his explanation would be that that if they shut down the government, then the Trump people could do worse things than if they let the government run. But one can hardly imagine that there are even worse things that they could have done. So Chuck Schumer has been hoisted over that decision. So therefore, he definitely has to shut down the government now. And by the way, this is in the Senate. The House has actually approved the funding bill. So it is in the Senate. The Republicans need 60 votes, so they need 7 more votes. So they would have to go to the Democrats. The Democrats are not giving them those are withholding those votes, so the government will shut down.
So what is going on inside Trump's head over the whole prospect of a shutdown? We had one shutdown before for just over a month during Trump 1, which everybody seems to have forgotten about. How is he thinking about this?
I mean, he's thinking that he'll be able to blame the Democrats for this, that he will come out ahead. And given that these are the Democrats and that they seem unable, certainly in the past 8 months, to have mounted a cogent case that the country might unify around, or even that Democrats might unify around, he's probably right. And right now their rationale is a traditional Democratic rationale. We want to they are demanding that a certain funding for Obamacare and Medicare be reinstated, which is worthy, of course. But it is not electrifying.
So what would be electrifying? Are they playing this right?
I mean, they're playing it terribly. They're playing it as Democrats. They have the opportunity that they have is for all eyes to be on them. And so they need a message. What's the message? Why are they doing this? What is the clarifying thought? And the clarifying thought is not, I'm afraid, healthcare. No matter how worthy a thought that is, it doesn't cut through the all of the frustration that so many people, Democrats and Republicans, feel. So, and I'm looking at this, and I actually can't for the life of me understand why they would not pick up the most obvious issue and say, we will close down the government until the Trump White House releases the Epstein files.
Brilliant.
You just need a symbol. What is the mission here? And the mission here is we know that there is something wrong in this government, or we know that there's something wrong in government in general. Now you have the opportunity to use your leverage to make every effort to get this government to do the one thing that people across the political spectrum believe would shed some truth on what's going on.
It's also the sort of move that you could imagine Governor Newsom making, but he's not part of the Senate and he's not part of this shutdown scenario. He can suggest it, but who within the Senate can you even imagine asking that? Maybe Senator Klobuchar.
But even that, this is what the leadership of the Senate, this is Chuck Schumer. So this is a problem. This is a Democratic problem that the Democrats are in their nature, bureaucrats, people who actually like and thrive in the bureaucracy. They thrive in exactly the thing that many Americans and certainly much of the coalition that Trump has built are against.
And yet they thrive in making government work, and it's that quiet work of government that allows people to get educated, drive safely, fly safely, do all the things that actually people want to do.
And there's the rub.
There's the rub. So, predictions on what happens this evening?
I think that the government they're going to shut down the government.
And does that rebound badly on Trump? Let's remember his poll numbers are pretty low at the moment. I mean, the Democrat poll numbers are also low, so no one is coming well out of this scenario. But because he makes everything about him, his poll numbers are low, and this doesn't feel like a good moment for him to have a government shutdown. Plus, he may blame it on the Democrats, but everybody knows the Republicans have got all three branches of government.
Yeah, if I were Trump, I would be worried about this, but Trump doesn't worry about much, and Trump looks at this for his own opportunity, conflict. Remember, his opportunities always involve conflict. So right now he will go head to head with the Democrats. And, he's very good at this. The Democrats are very bad at this.
Right. And Chuck Schumer versus Trump, the light is going to the metaphorical light will focus on Trump because, as you say, he's better than this. All right. So so when we come back,
but let's go to this. I mean, the Democrats. I hope the Democrats are watching. It's the Epstein files. It's Epstein. If they would have learned anything, there is only one obvious weakness for Donald Trump. One obvious threat. It's Epstein. So, why wouldn't they use that?